They are as old as the dinosaurs, as colorful as a rainbow, as beautiful as a painting, very important for insects, for us, and all of nature. I am of course talking about flowers. Let's start where it started. The first flowers appeared roughly 130 million years ago in the early Cretaceous period, which is of course the time of the dinosaurs. Which means that when the first flowers started to appear, one of my favorite dinosaurs, Microraptor, was gliding through the forests. Flowers were absolutely revolutionary because they made plants so much more efficient in reproducing. Before, plants only relied on wind or water to spread their pollen. Just like this. And so by the time plants developed flowers, they had found a way to let animals do the work for them. What animals, you might ask? Let me show you. The flowering plants have forged an alliance with the insects. They now act as workers to spread their pollen for them. But how do the flowering plants get the insects to work for them? How do they attract them? Surely the insects must have a very good reason to come to the plants. And yes, they have. In fact, they have 3 very good reasons. The first one is scent. Flowering plants secrete lovely, sweet, irresistible scents, which certain insects can pick up from kilometers away. The second one is colors. Insects are attracted to all variations of colors, even the ones we can see with the naked eye, like ultraviolet. And the third reason is nectar, a sugar-rich liquid, very similar to this syrup right here. That's for the ants. Which a plant produces in the glands called nectaries. Not nectarines, like this one, but nectaries. And all of this sweetness is very wanted in the animal kingdom. Over 200,000 animal species worldwide are flower pollinators, with the vast majority of them being insects. Let's start with bees, which are the most efficient pollinators. 20,000 species. Then butterflies and moths, more than 140,000 species. Beetles, flies, wasps and ants, 2,000 bird species, such as hummingbirds. And even 1,000 mammal species are flower pollinators. The more you know. This special connection insects have with flowers is called a symbiotic relationship, which means that both sides benefit. The insects get their nectar, which is the main source of energy for many insects, and while indulging in the nectar of these flowers, the insects do a great service for the plants. So this is how it goes. An insect, like a bumblebee, finds the flower. Then the insect brushes against the plant's male reproductive parts and accidentally transfers the pollen to the female parts of a different flower. This vital service fertilizes the plants, which enables them to reproduce. So now you see, flowers are very important for many animals, and especially insects. But it doesn't stop there. Flowers are also very important for you and me. In fact, for humanity's existence in general. Flowers are important for insects. And insects are extremely important for the entire planet. And you and I are part of this planet, so we very much depend on its stability. Flowers are extremely important for our entire planet because they really are the foundation of many ecosystems around the world. So without these flowering plants, many ecosystems would change drastically or even completely collapse. But there is more. Fruit is a very good example of why insects and flowers are so important to us, because 35% of global food production depends on pollinating animals, and 80% of fruit needs help from pollinating insects. So less flowers means less insects, and less insects means less food for you and me and every other person in the world. Without these insects, some food productions can decrease by up to 90%. So next time you're eating some fruit like an apple, just remember, you have the insects and the flowers to thank for that. I direct my attention to you personally for the last question of this video, which is, what can you do in your own garden and backyard to get as many flowers as possible and to help them thrive? Out of all the plant life in your garden, make sure that most of them are native to your area. They will serve your backyard the best, because they are the best adapted to your area and to the climate and soil in your garden. And they require a lot less water and maintenance in general than traditional or exotic plants and flowers. Do not mow your grass too often. Don't be a control freak. I would say 2 or 3 times a year really is enough. After you just mowed, let the grass lay there for a day or two to let the seeds sink into the ground. And then pay attention to your timing. At what time of the year do you mow your grass? So I would say from late summer all the way to the beginning of the next year, that's the time where you want to mow. So late summer, fall, winter, end of winter, but I would say a few weeks before the start of spring, you should have mowed your grass already, because then there are already some flowers that are blooming very early and that may disturb them. So that's the time to mow. Alright. And last but not least, I shouldn't even have to mention this, but do not use pesticides or any kind of harmful toxic chemicals in your backyard or around the house. And Roundup is one of the most used chemicals in backyards and around many households, unfortunately. And anyone who knows how bad this stuff is but still uses it is a right cunt. So all in all, because of their sweet scents, beautiful colors and importance, flowers are absolutely loved by man, insect and planet.